Howdy, you're watching Zane Maison Disc Golf, and this is my playthrough for the new course in Edgerton, Kansas called Big Bull Creek, designed by Scott Reek. This course is a mixture of wide open shots, a few wooded shots, some tighter fairways, and some distance bombs as well. As you can see here as we get started on hole 1, it's a par 4, 653 feet. We got a pretty strong 10 to 15 mile an hour wind coming from the left. So I get off the tee here, probably get about 340, 350 on a little hyzer. Didn't quite fade back into the fairway for me. As you can see, I'm setting up my second shot. I've probably still got another 300 feet or so to the tee. I threw a wraith off the tee and I'm grabbing a Lucidex Verdict here. I get a pretty clean pull on it. But I still come up about 30 or 35 short. Maybe more like 25 or 30. Let's see if we can get started with a birdie here. No birdie. Putts were not quite on today, but that's okay. Hole 2, par 3, 426 feet. Pretty simple right-hand, backhand hyzer, kind of going downhill. Pretty stiff wind here. I still threw one of my stable wraiths off the tee, and I got a good number on it. You can see it coming in here, probably about another 30 or 35 short as well. Not giving myself much room to breathe on these first couple of putts, especially with this wind out here. Oh, that was not good. Not good at all. But, you know, this video is not really about me playing a good round necessarily. I'm just kind of trying to showcase the course. This course just opened about a month ago, and I'm just kind of trying to get some content out there so you guys can see what we've got going on. Hole 3, par 3. I lost the distance thing there. I think it's about 280. It's going up a hill, and then you've got to get onto this little landing zone with the rocks. It's quite deceiving, the distance. It looks really short, but when you're trying to spike a hyzer up onto that zone, going up the hill as well, especially with that kind of tailwind we had going on, it's really kind of hard to get it right on there. I've still got a good like 20, 25 foot look right here. See if I can get my round started. Nope. Caged. Shrug it off. Move on to the next one. Hole 4, par 3, 331 feet. This one's just wide open. Basket's down on the right side. Still dealing with this strong tailwind here. So I'm just hoping to flip up EMAC Truth. Didn't really flip up on me, and it just kind of hyzered and came up quite a bit short, so I must have only thrown that like barely 300 feet, so we're gonna try to make another long putt. Wonder if you're sensing the pattern here yet. Not even close. Putting was just not good today, ladies and gentlemen, but that's okay. Hole 5, par 3, 296. Another kind of right-hand, backhand, straight to hyzer shot. I threw my new Eclipse Envy, the one with the glowing plate rather than rim. Really nice feeling disc, good straight flyer. I got pretty close here, maybe 20 feet again. Well, that's not ideal. Just kind of... I'm kind of popping the disc up on the putt so it doesn't get pushed down by the tailwind, but we'll clean up the par there. The old school fans. I used to always hit my cameras when I threw, so it's kind of a shout out to the old followers. Okay, here we are on hole 6. It's par 3. Sign says like 196, but with the uphill, plays more like 215, 220. I'm throwing a Neutron Soft Envy. I get it out of the gap, and you can see it kind of popped up to the top there. Here I am just taking a couple deep breaths because I ran up and down this hill to set my camera up. It's a lot of work out here when you're solo filming around by yourself, I'll tell you. So let's see if we can finally get a birdie started. No. I think I'm getting a little bit frustrated at this point. You know, I didn't set my expectations too high since I've been doing a lot of extra work with the cameras. But I really just wanted to make a putt, so I grabbed my other putter here. Cool. It's barely in, but it's in. So here's a little scenic shot. I came down to where the basket is on this next hole. You can see it's pretty treacherous down to the left side. Hole 7, par 3, 304 feet. We're throwing to where I just was with the camera, and the wind was kind of coming down the right side, and I threw a Bio Emac Truth, and I was kind of scared to get it too turned over, so I popped the nose up and it faded out early on me. Luckily, I just got caught up in this tree over here and didn't go down the cliff at all. Still don't really have much of a look, so let's see if I can set something up here. Looks like I'm going for a little flick putter. I've been known to make these. Something I actually really like to throw. Oof, close. Still no birdies for me yet. And, you know, a lot of these holes are really attackable, so it feels kind of bad. Looks like I'm just trying to have a little fun here because I'm, you know, not having the best round. So I think the best way to have a good time when you're not throwing the best is just to play around a little bit. Hole 8, par 3, 315 feet. Slightly downhill. I've got that Eclipse Envy again. And I get a pretty good rip on it. It goes pretty straight and fades right past the basket, or before the basket, I guess. No, past it. Yeah, I'm past it. So looks like I'm left with just a maybe 15-footer here. Okay. Woo, we're in. See, I'm a little happy and run to grab the disc, wave to the fans. So we got our first birdie of the day. Here we are on hole 9. Another little scenic shot for you here. There's the creek. It's actually pretty low right now, but it is called Big Bull Creek. We don't really play through it that much, but as you can see with the basket right here, if you do go exceptionally long on this hole, you will be down in that creek, and it's a pretty big drop off. Here I am just placing the camera and running on back. What's he gonna do? Oh, hit the dab. Okay. So, yeah, a lot of hills to run up and down when I'm setting up these catch cams, but we just got a 250-foot shot here, kind of just down through that gap. You really just want to throw a straight shot. I pop the nose up there. Proxy fades out on me. It's kind of hard to see it here. You can see it's going to hit the tree on the right and pop off short. You really just want to hit that center gap. You don't want to hyzer that much. But you don't want to turn it over either because it's very thick on the right side. Let's see if I can grab a long putt. Not a bad look. Just clean up for the par there. Hit the camera again, by the way. It's what I'm going for, if you haven't noticed. So we're walking to the next hole. Just thought I'd add some little scenic tour shots here, just because it's a pretty course. It's not in deep woods, but it's not all wide open either. It's just a nice mixture of shots and scenery and fairways and that kind of thing. Some nice benches out here already. I am just replacing the battery on my other camera, so I figured I'd leave this in so we could just have some extra time to talk about the course. And we're on to the next hole. Hole 10, par 3, 200 feet. Really just a straight tunnel shot. Good amount of room on either side. Creek's on the left side, so you don't want to fade out. I'm throwing that soft Envy. Once again, nose up. Wasn't really my day off the tee or the green. Faded out on me, and I think I'm laughing about this right here. So I think I was on a little slope, and the wind kind of shoved me over. So I came up quite a bit short, and really it's a really short shot, and I should never be this short on it. Missed the putt, you know, big surprise. And you hate to see it. Hole 11, par 3, 310 feet. This one doesn't have a sign, so I'm not actually sure on the distance on that. The basket is halfway between the top and bottom of the slope, so it's actually a pretty tricky little shot. You don't want to hyzer that much because you're definitely going to end up at the bottom of the hill, just like you see there. I did kind of get the distance though. But you want to throw something really as straight as possible. You could also throw a forehand over the left side and dig it into the ground. Either way, tricky shot. I really like this hole though. I was a little sad about that one. Drive was decent. Hole 12, par 3, 337 feet. You kind of got to shoot out of this gap over the hill, but you don't want to go too high because you got to, you know, kind of flip up. I threw a kind of a gummy C-line FD. I got a decent rip on it. Not quite the distance I was looking for, but I hit my line. And it looks like I'll probably be putting about 20 feet again, maybe 15. 15 to 20. It's a fair putt. Okay. Feels good, man. Hole 13, par 3, 345 feet. I think it plays quite a bit longer because you have to throw kind of a turnover shot on the right-hand backhand. It's up those stairs. You can kind of see through that gap there. Unfortunately, we really lost the disc on the camera here. Apparently, I'm happy about it. I thought it was a really good shot, and turns out I made it right by the stairway. This is about as good as you can get, unless if you can make it up those things. Up the hill, it's kind of tough, though. Did not convert. Gave it the height, too, into that headwind as well. I'm just trying to have some fun, because the round's not really going, you know, the best, but it was a nice day, and it's always good to get around out at Big Bull. I really like this course a lot. This is one of my favorite holes on the course too, and it's a really good birdie to get. Hole 14, par 3, about 360 feet. It's also playing uphill, and I'm kind of throwing into this wind. I grabbed my Star Wraith that I've been throwing a bunch today. Nose up again. Just too high. You can't be throwing it that high in that kind of wind out here. It's just kind of a steady ripping current. Looks like I actually ended up not too bad, maybe 25 feet short to the left. You know, if I could hit my 25 footers, this would be a pretty good round, even with some shaky shots off the tee. That was just a sad attempt. Really, really sad. Hole 15, par 3, 335 feet. Another one of my favorite holes on the course. We're going downhill. Right-hand, backhand, you're throwing just kind of a flip-up turnover. I thought I got a clean pull on it, but it just didn't really flip up. This is my most stable EMAC Truth. And it just kind of hyzered out to the left there. It's tough to flip one up and turn over because you have a lot of danger on the right side. So you want to just kind of throw it as straight as you can, maybe with like a little bit of a right finish. There I am, just kind of stretching out. I've been doing a lot of walking out here. Maybe a 35 footer here. Trying to line up a little Annie putt. And I gave it the height and the speed. Just didn't really quite hit my line. Hole 16, par 3, 314 feet. This one's a tough one. It's pretty much uphill the whole way. You've got stuff directly on the left. You got that tree blocking the bigger hyzer shot. I'm throwing my S-line FD, and I get a really good pull. It just kind of flips up to flat and starts drifting a little bit right. Kind of caught that right to left wind and just kept it flat. It did push it down though, and I still came up about 30 or 35 feet short. Oh. Didn't see that. So really this course, you know, it's not the most punishing if you are not getting your distance. As you can see, I just haven't really hit as far as I should be. Real quick, hole 17, par 3, 365. It's right around that tree. So you really just want to throw a nice straight hyzer, and I did that with my Star Wraith. I actually made it around the tree, so I know I actually got a pretty good pull on it. Still about 30 feet short there. It's really hard to get uphill on a hyzer like that. I mean, I can throw further than I am today. That's unfortunate. So you can see me looking up right now. There was a guy in a flying machine. You can kind of hear it too. He was like sitting in a paraglider, motorized flying machine, and I missed the comeback putt. I'm just trying to get kind of done with the round at this point. I'm just getting pretty tired. It took me about 3 hours and 45 minutes to do all this. And I didn't really get it together for my last tee shot of the day. Threw my Star Wraith again. Same kind of nose up hyzery shot. Looking for the disc. I still ended up getting like close to pin high there, but I'm considerably far, maybe 40 feet right now. Taking my time into that headwind. I throw a pretty stable putter at P3X, but you know, I just didn't really get the angle on that one. So that was my round at Big Bull Creek. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching that and listening to me talk about it. Apologies if some of the information felt a little bit scattered. I have not done something like this before. But I really wanted to get out and make a new video, especially as like the Jomez CCDG, you know, Pro Tour kind of comes to an end for the year. We're gonna be a little content starved over the winter for the disc golf world, so I'd love to do more videos like this. It can be tough when courses are crowded. Luckily, there weren't a lot of people out there. I think I did it on a Monday afternoon, but I would love to hear some feedback on this. You know, if you thought some of the angles were good, if you thought some of them were bad, what else I could talk about in the commentary. Feel free to leave comments, like, you know, subscribe if you want to see more. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.